Nauru, a small island located in the Pacific Ocean, held significant strategic importance during World War II due to its phosphate resources, making it a target for both Japanese occupation and Allied bombing campaigns. Pre-war Nauru. Prior to the outbreak of World War II, Nauru was under Australian administration and was known for its rich phosphate deposits, which were extensively mined for agricultural purposes. Japanese occupation. Japanese invasion. In December 1941, shortly after the attack on Pearl Harbor, Japanese forces invaded Nauru, capturing the island and its vital phosphate reserves without encountering significant resistance from the small Australian garrison. Forced labor. Under Japanese occupation, Nauru's indigenous population was subjected to forced labor, with many Nauruans being forced to work in phosphate mines under harsh conditions to support the Japanese war effort. Allied bombing campaigns. Strategic target. Recognizing the importance of Nauru's phosphate reserves to the Japanese war effort, Allied forces launched a series of bombing raids on the island to disrupt phosphate production and deny vital resources to the enemy. Allied air raids. Allied bombers, including aircraft from the United States and Australia, conducted numerous bombing missions targeting Nauru's phosphate processing facilities, port facilities, and other key infrastructure. Impact on Nauru. Destruction of infrastructure. The Allied bombing campaigns inflicted significant damage on Nauru's infrastructure, including its phosphate processing plants, port facilities, and airstrip, disrupting Japanese operations on the island. Human cost. The bombings also resulted in civilian casualties and further hardship for the Nauruan population, who endured the destruction of their homes and livelihoods amid the chaos of war. End of Japanese occupation. Allied advance. As the tide of the war turned in favor of the Allies, Japanese forces began to retreat from their occupied territories in the Pacific, including Nauru, in the face of advancing Allied forces. Liberation. In September 1945, following Japan's surrender, Allied forces reoccupied Nauru, bringing an end to 3 years of Japanese occupation and restoring Australian administration over the island. Legacy and Reconstruction. Rebuilding efforts. In the aftermath of World War II, Nauru faced the monumental task of rebuilding its infrastructure and economy, which had been devastated by Japanese occupation and Allied bombing campaigns. Phosphate industry. Despite the destruction caused by the war, Nauru's phosphate industry eventually recovered, with phosphate mining continuing to be a significant source of revenue for the island nation in the post-war era.